So in this video we're going to talk about the 4 levels of measurement. So the first level of measurement is called nominal level of measurement. So the values of the variable name, label, or categorize. The naming scheme does not allow for the variables to be arranged in any kind of order. So the way I think about this is it's just a characteristic and it's the simplest level of measurement. The next level of measurement is ordinal. So it takes on the same characteristics as nominal. And then we have this additional property that now we can take the values of the variable and allow them to be ranked or put in some specific order. The next level of measurement is called interval. So it has the properties of ordinal, and then we have these additional properties that we can add or subtract, and the differences in the values have meaning, and the number 0 has meaning, and we'll talk later on more about that. And then the last level of measurement is ratio, so it has all the properties that the interval level of measurement has, and we can do multiplication and division. The ratios of the value have meaning, and then the number of 0 means the absence of the quantity. So, in layman's terms, nominal is just some characteristic. Ordinal is that the variables can be put in some kind of order. Interval is that 0 has meaning. So, for instance, the year of birth of college students, so here the year 0 would mean that they were born in the year 0. Or if we're talking about temperature, 0 degrees Fahrenheit actually has meaning, just mean the absence of quantity. Ratio, on the other hand, does mean the absence of quantity. So 0 is the distinguishing factor between ratio and interval there. So an example for ratio would be volume of water used by a household in a day. So 0 would mean that they didn't use any water. So let's look at a few examples and determine the level of measurement. So our first example here says the number of snack and soft drink vending machines in the school. So we can subtract the number and that makes sense. Let's think about 0. So if we have 0 vending machines in the school, that's the absence of vending machines. So since that means the absence of a quantity, then this would be ratio. Whether or not the school has a closed campus policy during lunch, that's either yes or no. So that's just a simple classification, simplest level measurement we can get there. So this would be nominal. Class rank, so again, those are classifications, but now we can order them. So we can say the freshman is the entering level there. So these are going to be ordinal. The number of days per week a student eats school lunch. So again, let's think about 0. So if a student doesn't eat lunch, that's the absence of a quantity. So since that's the absence of a quantity, that would be ratio. Eye color. So that's a characteristic. We can't order our eye colors. So this would be nominal. Movie ratings. So those are classifications, but then we can put them in order worst to best. Or G to R, or whatever way you want to think about that question. Year of birth of college students, so if you were paying attention in the previous part of this video, that one is interval, so 0 has meaning. In that case, they were born in the year 0, which wouldn't really happen for us. And let's scroll down here. more examples. Today's high temperature, so very similar. So that one also kind of mentioned. So 0 doesn't mean the absence of a quantity, it actually has meaning. So we're talking about 0 degrees Fahrenheit. We're talking about a very cold temperature. So that one's going to be interval as well. Volume of water used by household. That one was also mentioned earlier. That one means the absence of a quantity. So that one's going to be ratio. Number of days during past week that a college student studied. So if they studied 0 days, that means that's the absence of a quantity. So this one is ratio. Their education level, we can rank those based on least educated and most educated. So this one's going to be ordinal. And then whether a student is prepared for class is simple yes or no. So this one is going to be nominal since we can't really rank those. So that's the different levels of measurement.